Pittsburgh, this is Kevin Harlan. David Aldridge will join us from the sidelines. Just a single game at home. After this one, it's back on the road for the Knicks. And this is their first time matched up with Brooklyn this year. This team matched up so well during the regular season last year, splitting their 4 games. This should be a terrific battle.
And 2 teams here that were evenly matched a season ago as they split the season series.
All fueled up and ready to go. Let's check out who's on the floor, courtesy of Gatorade. Setting the floor for the Nets. We've got Baylor, Reed out there with Walton. Then there's Maravich, and it's Price in at point guard. And tonight, something we always like to see, 2 fierce conference rivals going at it. Doris, what's the difference in emotion in a rivalry game such as this?
Well, what you like about something like tonight's game is there's a little bit of distaste, right? When these 2 teams meet, something important's on the line, and you can feel the intensity.
Now here's James. Pete Maravich misses his last shot. And out of bounds as the Nets gain possession. Now let's send it over to David Aldridge, who was able to talk with head coach David Fizdale.
Well, Kevin, they need to get back on defense. He said the challenge of facing a fast break team like this is limiting transition points. And he told his players, if you're not running, you're sitting. Back to you, Kevin.
All right, David, thanks.
Yeah, the defender all over it.
The Nets shooting their first free throws. First trip to the line in this one.
And look back a season ago. They did a solid job at the line, about 79% of their free throws.
And one strength, Greg, that this Knicks team has enjoyed the last couple of years has been their ability to win the rebounding game.
And that's back-to-back seasons, Kevin, in the top 10 for rebounding in terms of the Knicks. And it was something they wanted to improve upon starting a few years ago. They've changed their rebounding trouble into a big asset moving forward.
Well, I wouldn't say the D was exceptional, but it certainly was enough to bother him.
Baylor gets the bucket.
And just enough wiggle room to get off his shot.
Oh, I'd say that's good basketball. You have to get a little creative against the big man, but I love his initiative.
And the whistle blows as the basket counts, and a 3-point play chance right here. One free throw coming up. The Knicks shooting their first free throw attempt on the night. And the Nets adding their own G League affiliate, the Long Island Nets.
Yeah, and the Nets franchise originally, remember, based in Long Island. So nice to have that homecoming. And of course, with young talent development, so critical for this Nets organization. Having that minor league team in close proximity, very valuable.
LeBron kicks to Anthony. The 11-footer, that one wide left.
And why take that contested shot? I mean, make the extra pass.
No, that's a head scratch. When the defense is in your grill, move the ball.
Here's Reed. Persistence pays off as they finally hit a shot. Reed's got his second basket. James outside. Here's Bowie. Here's McHale. That's in. He's got 2 made now, and he's shooting 2 for 3.
How about the perseverance there, the extra effort on that offensive glass?
Outside, Maravich. The feed now to Baylor. 6 to shoot. Passes it to Walton. And he drops in the layup off the glass. Walton's got his first basket of the night. Knicks trail by 3. McMillan kicks to Anthony. Here's McHale. Drains the 19-footer. Brooklyn with the ball. Tough loss coming against Cleveland in their last game played.
Yeah, that was more than just a tough loss. That was a complete embarrassment.
Look, Greg, they simply didn't bring it. And that's one of those losses that you just have to throw away and forget about.
Now, here's Price. 20 points for him last game against Cleveland. To the middle. McMillan against Baylor. McMillan kicks to McHale. Score the basket. His 4th. He's only missed 1 of his 5 shots tonight.
Nice job getting inside for the layup. Got the D thinking. Jump shot. Gave a little pump fake. And then off to the races.
Here's Reed. And he was fouled on the way up. 2 free throws now for him.
And really the defense fouling there to prevent the layup, but that's exactly what you need to do. And last season, the Knicks raised expectations with some of those big free agent signings and trades in the prior year. And let's face it, things just didn't work out quite how they had planned. Some would say they underachieved. Hard pill to swallow for a fan base that went into the year with so much hope.
Now here's James. 35.
Look at that. LeBron James, ever the showman, with an exceptional slam there. One of the best dunkers in the history of the game.
Here is Maravich, trailing by 2. Over LeBron. And again, it's the Nets missing. The Knicks have gone 6 of 10 from the field in this ball game. To the inside. Here's McHale. Brooklyn with the rebound. Outside Baylor. He dishes it to Maravich. Over James. And the rejection by LeBron.
Don't bring that weak stuff in here. LeBron always on the prowl to send shots back with force.
Price kicks to Walton. Outside Maravich. 6 to shoot. He trains it as the shot clock ticks down.
And look at how quick he was to bite on the pump fake. Left his feet way too soon.
LeBron, that's a 2-pointer. Not wasting any time and taking the shot and knocking it down.
Well, we always talk about the power of LeBron James, but how about the grace on the pull-up there?
Reed with it. 5 points in the game. Maravich with it. Now Anthony defending. And again, it's Pete Maravich. Maravich has got 6.
And their post play has been really solid right off the bat.
Here's James. And it's out of bounds to the Knicks as New York retains possession. And looking back at last season, here's a look at the 3-point and 2-point shot attempt averages for the Nets.
And no doubt they relied upon that 3-point shot to provide a big chunk of their scoring. That's been a trend in the modern NBA, and they took that philosophy and ran with it.
Anthony kicks to Jackson. Back to Anthony. Feeds to McHale. James against Maravich. Basket counts. He has 6.
What a phenomenal quarter from the field. A great shooting percentage, excellent shots. This is really well done.
Reed a screen on Jackson. Dishes it to Reed. James against Maravich. The Nets need to get a shot off here. There's the triple. And McHale pulls it down. The Knicks with the lead. Outside Jackson. McHale kicks to Jackson. There's the pick. And play stops. Whistle on what looks to be an illegal screen.
Yeah, still moving a little bit when he set that screen. He'll argue that he was set, but I really didn't think so.
No, I didn't either. I thought his feet were moving. It was close, but he was still sliding in just a bit.
Here's Arenas. The step back jumper is good. Arenas has got it all tied up now for the Nets.
Oh, that's some fancy ball handling right there. Since when does he take guys off the dribble?
Here's Jackson. And off the front iron, and in it goes.
And when he breaks out the crossover, you can be sure he's going to leave somebody in his wake.
Kicks to Williams. Back to Baylor. Puts up a 3, and McHale pulls it down. McHale's got 3 rebounds now in this one. LeBron passes to McHale. Back to LeBron. And he drops in the layup off the glass. Now it's a 4-point Knicks lead.
Just a high percentage look for LeBron. I mean, he's so good in the post.
And LeBron James last season playing in his 7th consecutive NBA Finals Doris, a streak only surpassed by the great Bill Russell.
And for context, Kevin, remember in the 60s when Bill Russell played, the finals were just the second round. What LeBron is doing is so much harder. To think that in 12 postseasons he has been to the finals 8 times, nothing short of astounding. Well, he continues to have trouble with his shot, well below 50% from the field in this period.
There's the screen. The monster passes to Baylor. Lays it up and banks it in. Baylor's got his second bucket of the game to go.
Really nice job inside that time. The defense unable to react quick enough to stop him. Boy, he is fast.
Jackson passes to Mikan. He kicks it to McHale. And 2 free throws coming up, unable to get that one to go with all the contact. Doris, so often we talk about high basketball IQ. Is that something you can learn, or do you have to be born with something like that?
I think it's probably a little bit of both, but if you look at someone like LeBron James, whose basketball IQ may be the highest we've ever seen, I think he's a guy whose basketball knowledge is always expanding. And I think if you love the game, you're constantly taking in information. So probably a little bit of both.
So you've always got to be curious, right? Even if you're at the top of the game like LeBron or yourself.
Right. LeBron is just, he's constantly taking in sources of information, upping his ante in terms of film watching and preparation. Really special to be able to watch that guy work.
And I know that's how you prepare as a broadcaster now. I'd like to tag along sometime and watch you prepare for a game. That'd be a lot of fun.
It'd be a blast.
Gay. That's in, coming off an assist from Arenas. New York leading by 4. To the paint, here's Mitchell, and then Mitchell with the dunk.
Ooh, that's as forceful a finish as you're ever going to see out of this guy.
Well, gee, it adds now to their lead in spectacular fashion.
You know, and I'm not seeing any urgency out of this defense, especially considering the deficit in the score.
Shots good by Williams.
And really, the defense didn't do a lot to fight around that screen on that possession.
Jackson dishes to Mitchell. Here's Ceballos. He's been patient so far, nothing yet on the scoreboard. Shot from 12, and he tries off the glass, but it's no good. Clock management, this is where they can get a 2 for 1.
And Kevin, every opportunity counts.
Gay kicks it over to Arenas. Back to Gay. On the wing, Williams. The 3. Tries again, and it's sent back by McHale. Jackson against Arenas. Jackson passes to Mitchell. Jackson dishes to Mitchell. The pass to McHale. He feeds it to Jackson. Fires the 3. He got it up that time, but it wouldn't fall for him. Don't go anywhere. We'll be right back. And of course, as we've always seen with LeBron James, it's not just about the numbers, but his tremendous, tremendous leadership.
I put all the pressure on me to.
Well, that there is straight talk from a man who does not pretend. LeBron James with a textbook example of how to take responsibility and lead.
And Kevin, that's why he is the king. He doesn't say, hey, I'm just one of the 5 guys. No, he knows who he is and what he has to do. Bottom line, he's the man. Climb on my shoulders, and I'm going to take you to the promised land.
And off we go, a close game now starting the second quarter. And guys, what's your take on the Knicks so far?
Protecting that rim early on, that's been a big factor for them tonight.
I'll tell you, rejection after rejection, the other team having a tough time scoring.
Mitchell is out there with Jackson, and it's Ceballos, and it's Mikan in at the center, filling out the middle. They're the group New York will start the second with. Now let's go to the sideline and catch up with our Hall of Famer, David Aldridge.
Guys, the league may have never seen a player with more control on and off the court than LeBron James. He is a superstar, a playmaker, a coach on the floor. Some say he's the GM. He even has a stake in a player agent business. LeBron says it's his dream to one day own an NBA team. Well, he's certainly getting some practice. Kevin?
No question about it, David. He's well on his way. As important a player as we've ever seen in basketball. And the Knicks with possession here. Following the three from Rudy Gay. That one goes in.
You like how he uses his height there.
No, exactly. I mean, you're talking about surveying the defense and cashing in with the gorgeous mid-range.
Now here's Williams. He's got 5.
Look at the big fella working on that possession. He knows how to fend guys off and get those rebounds.
Jackson kicks to Mitchell. Taken away by Williams. Lands soft on the front of the rim and drops. Williams has got his 3rd basket of the night right there.
I tell you, he has some impressive moves in his repertoire. That's as good as it gets, but just one of many.
Well, the Nets have struggled at both ends, but defense is where they have got to take that next step. Better execution on the defensive end could enable them to bridge some of that talent gap, guys.
Just 5 to shoot. Here's Mitchell. No good on the triple. For Brooklyn, they've gone 3 of their first 5 shots to drop here in the second quarter. Pass to Williams. Shoots off the step back. Again, the Nets for 2. And for the Nets, Doris, what do they need to do to turn the corner defensively?
Well, I think it starts in the paint, Kev. They actually do a pretty good job of contesting shots, but they've got to keep teams out of transition, out of the paint, and control their defensive backboard.
And that's what you give up when you don't fight over the screen.
Right, the effort could have been so much better. You've got to be willing to fight through that screen. There's no question about it.
Shot on the wing, and again, it's New York.
Oh, he is one hard player to deal with at the offensive end.
And the first timeout called of the game for Brooklyn. It seems like every position on the floor is doing more multitasking these days, asked to do more, play differently. So when you're thinking about guards, which do you think do the best job of generating offense, say, out of the post?
Well, the preeminent player that comes to mind is Dwayne Wade. And this is a guy who, at his prime, athletically, was as good in the transition game as anybody in the history of the game. I know you had certain NBA analysts who have called him arguably one of the best 2 guards to ever play it. The current iteration of this guy is probably DeMar DeRozan, right? We talked about the loss of the mid-range. Well, DeMar DeRozan is excellent in the mid-range, and now they're starting to put him in the low post and let him use his size and his length to create a little fadeaway jump shot. Really pretty to watch and effective for any number of guards.
You nailed it. No good from Price.
And you don't want to give up that kind of look too often.
Beasley kicks to Walker. Price against McMillan. Beasley the screen, and again it's New York.
You know, the assist has to go to the screen on that play. Gave him all the room he needed to rise and fire.
Price kicks to Gay, and a miss there on the triple. The Knicks have gone 4 of 10 in the second quarter from the field. Here's McMillan. He's had some playing time, but no scoring yet from him. Now, here's Price. Reed, a screen on McMillan. Gay outside. Here's Reed. And Kenny Atkinson, head coach of the Nets, a New York native, grew up in Long Island.
And it is nice to have that tie to the area. Certainly with this team, we know it's going to be a process. But Kenny is home, and he's committed to developing this organization.
And there is perhaps no more of a loyal fan base, Doris, in all of sports than the fans of the New York Knicks.
Well, I grew up a New York Knicks fan, and most of us are complete diehards. The city of New York has always been in love with the New York Knickerbockers.
6 changes of the lead here.
Yeah, both teams still kind of feeling their way through this game.
For For the New York Knicks, they come in off the loss to Boston.
Yeah, their last outing was a rough one. Have to be careful of falling in love with that three.
Right, exactly, Greg. When the shots from the perimeter are not falling, I think you've got to go take it inside. It's as simple as that. They never altered their game plan, and it resulted in a loss.
Man, right play, wrong result on that one. Generally, you knock those down.
Yeah, that's a surprising miss, Greg. I have a feeling if they get that shot again, they'll knock it down next time.
LeBron, no luck.
That's a surprise. I mean, really out of character for him to miss when the defense is not right up on it.
Baylor passes to Price. Back to Baylor. Reed kicks to Price. Screen by Walton. Maravich with it. Beasley covering. Good. Now Anthony. 23 points his last outing. Now the dish to James. And he got the whistle, so he'll have a three-point play opportunity.
And defensively, they are on their heels every time the ball comes inside.
The Knicks shooting their fifth free throw of the game here. Brooklyn trailing. Price outside. Pass to Baylor. And Anthony sends it back.
Oh, Melo just reading the play the right way, put in the extra effort to come up with such a nice block.
New York's got nothing but zeros from long range in the second quarter. 0 of 4. Bowie the pass to Carmelo. New York moving the ball around. McMillan kicks to LeBron. Misfires after coming off the pick.
And why take that contested shot? I mean, make the extra pass.
Now, that's a head scratcher. When the defense is in your grill, move the ball.
Reed, 11 feet away. It's rebounded by New York.
And the rebound battle split evenly thus far.
Passes to McMillan. There's the pass to Bowie. The feed to LeBron. Buries the long-range jumper. LeBron's got 11 points.
With this lead, they're playing confidently, showing a quick trigger from beyond.
Price kicks to Maravich. Walton inside, and it's blocked. James outside. He dishes it to Anthony. Over Baylor. That one drops, and he's now 2 for 5.
You know, you'd be hard-pressed to find many players in the league that are as strong in the mid-range as Melo.
Feeds it to Maravich. And Walton kicks to Price. Inside. Got a piece of it. Anthony against Baylor. Anthony dishes to James. Beasley sets a screen for LeBron. 6 on the shot clock. Beasley kicks to James. Over Maravich. And they force the shot clock violation. Great D.
And now a look at LeBron James here, coming off a terrific season. He was around 26 points a game last year, 8 assists and 8 rebounds. And with his ability to put the ball in the bucket, he has to be your primary focus defensively.
I think defenses plan to stop him, but very few succeed, Greg. And that's why he's his team's leading scorer.
Looking at who's out there now for the Knicks. The Beast, he's checked in for Bowie. And it's McHale in for Beasley. And the refs are going to rule that unnecessary contact. It's a flagrant 1 foul.
And, Kevin, that's a pretty dangerous play right there. I mean, I don't like to see a player put an opponent in harm's way, as much as you just saw him do there. Glad they pinned a flagrant on it.
Yeah, you're right, Greg. The officials were all over it. They weren't going to let him off the hook that time. Walton against McHale. Here's Maravich. Maravich missing again.
Well, with the defense laying off him, you know he's going to pull the trigger. They're lucky he didn't burn him.
Here's Anthony, and that one clearly a foul. Gets the whistle, and 2 shots coming up. That one on Baylor.
Boy, once he gets the ball in that close, you've already lost. Anthony will find a way to hurt you. You know, you just look back on the way Melo's game has evolved over his career. Certainly a couple of changes. He uses his outside shot far more often now that he is more comfortable with his three, and not as many fouls drawn, but he still does a really good job attacking the rim.
And it goes out of bounds. That one's off Anthony. Jackson, he's checked in for McMillan. 1:49 left in the first half of the game. Shot clock at 3. Maravich. And again, no good by Brooklyn. And think about Melo's game over the years, Doris. He's made adjustments, but overall he has remained incredibly consistent in what his strengths are.
Well, this guy is a tremendous scorer from the mid-range. You can post him on the low block. You certainly don't score 20 points per game every season in your career without having multiple tools at your disposal.
And here's Maravich after LeBron James hitting the free. This is to Price. The shot's good on the assist by Maravich. Price has got 7 now in this quarter.
You know, after not scoring a single point in the first quarter, they're still feeding him, and he's showing his appreciation.
They set the pick. Baylor against Anthony. Kicks to James. Lets it go with a 3. And the Knicks hit again from deep.
That's terrific defense right there, but it didn't matter to LeBron James, who just drains it. He's a master of shrugging off the defense.
Now, here is Maravich. He's got 8. Walton a screen on LeBron. Out to Price. Screen by Walton. Off the pick. It'll go, and the Knick lead is cut down now to just 5 on the bucket from Price.
You know, he's had better starts, obviously, but he's shaking it off here in the second.
And here's Jackson. They set the screen. And so it's a close game as we wrap up the first half of basketball. Thanks so much, Dave, for the great interview. Don't go away, folks. We'll be back for the second half of basketball right after this.
It's the 2K Sports Halftime Show.
And an exciting first half indeed. Welcome back. I'm Ernie. LeBron James putting in some incredible work. He ended up with 17 points, 4 rebounds, and 1 block. Coming off a great performance last game, tonight he looked like he had that same aggressive mindset. Taking a look at the Knicks, Kenny, what'd you think?
Well, their shooting accuracy was on point. There was good play calling, of course, by the coaching staff.
That'll do it for now. The second half of action.
Welcome back to New York City with all its buses and cars, cabs, people, all the hustle and bustle. This is truly the city that never sleeps. New York leading by 5, setting the floor for the Nets. Price is out there with Maravich. Then it's Reed, then it's Baylor, and it's Walton in at the center. Shot's good by McHale.
And that's how you want to come out of the locker room. He is fired up.
Absolutely perfect start to the half, setting the tempo right away with an easy opportunity at the cup.
Screen by Walton. Pass to Maravich. And it's off from three-point range. Here's McHale. Yes, and it's LeBron picking up the assist. McHale's got 4 points now in the quarter.
Well, he's one of those guys who's kept their offense clicking. They're in front thanks in no small part to what this guy's done.
And as he squares up for mid-range, the defender right in his face.
Well, classic example of crowding the shooter, not letting him get comfortable in the mid-range.
And made possible by a heads-up play defensively at the other end.
McMillan kicks to James. New York moving it around. Bowie the pass to McMillan. Shoots over Price. He clangs that one off the back iron, and down it falls.
Yeah, and in terms of accuracy, they are dominating the second half.
Well, they're certainly connecting on a lot of shots in this second half, generating high percentage looks and really cashing in.
Third quarter of play with just over a minute and a half gone by. McMillan kicks to LeBron. Pass to Bowie. McHale outside. James the pass to Bowie. Just 5 on the clock. And that one clearly a foul. Gets the whistle, and 2 shots coming up. It's going to be on Willis Reed. Of course, they say that one of the toughest things about calling a game is balancing pure basketball knowledge with entertainment. What's your approach with that topic?
Do you know that was the last piece of broadcasting that I think fell into place for me? For a long time, I felt like I was proving myself, Kevin, so I didn't relax and enjoy it. But my son one time said to me, when we were watching a game, he said, Mom, you have to understand when the announcers are having fun, we're having fun.
Chemistry is such a big part of it, isn't it?
Crucial.
And since halftime, he has been a different player.
LeBron kicks to Anthony. Out to the wing. Passes to Bowie. Plenty of space. Rebound, Brooklyn. Walton's got rebound number 7 for him tonight.
You know, missed that one, but still a really good start coming off the break. 3 for 4 now.
A touch over 2.5 minutes of basketball played here in the third quarter. McMillan passes to James. LeBron is doubled. McMillan against Price. And he's fouled pretty hard on that shot, but he's got the chance to pick up the points at the line.
So I tell you what, he earned his money on that foul.
The Knicks have made 7 out of 9 when they've stepped to the line.
And last season, as a team, they knocked down 79% of their free throws, so those are numbers you'll be happy with.
I think, guys, when you look at the Nets offense, you cannot knock their shot selection. They want to push the pace, drive the rack, and take a ton of threes. They are always hunting for high-efficiency shots.
Here's Baylor, and sticking right with it, gets the foul with the bucket, and he'll go to the line.
And he is starting to turn it on now after that slow start.
And this is his first trip to the line tonight.
And, of course, for the Nets, I mean, they won't control their own first-round pick until 2019. There's going to be some losing along the way with not much reward.
Boy, terrific defense to impact the shot, not giving him any space at all.
Third quarter of basketball here, and just a little under 3.5 minutes gone by. Looking to get back on track here, and that one goes long. And Greg, the Nets trading away the better part of a decade worth of draft picks when they went all in back in 2013 and 2014.
Yeah, going for vets like Darren Williams and Gerald Wallace, Paul Pierce, and, of course, KG. But unfortunately, all past their prime. That team only able to get to the second round, and boy, what a heavy price to pay for so little success in the postseason.
And out of bounds as Brooklyn gains possession.
Well, that's an example of two teammates on a different page. They're both looking at each other like, hey, what was going on there?
And the Nets making a change here. Williams has checked in. In the corner, Reed with it. Back to Williams. Baylor up top. 5 on the clock, and he hits it and gets hacked on the play. A 3-point possibility if he can convert the free throw.
Timely passing leads to assists, and that's been the recipe for success.
The Nets have shot 75% at the stripe, 6 of 8. And that drops, so they now lead by 1. The Knicks have gone 4 of 6 from the field since the start of the third. McMillan passes to Mikan. He kicks it to Mitchell, and it's out of bounds to New York. They'll retain possession. And a moment here to look at where the shots have been coming from for the Nets.
Well, just look at the cluster in the middle of the paint. That right there tells you all you need to know about how they have built the lead they have. They are playing with more intensity on the offensive side of the ball, and it's the difference in the game right now. You have to love how they've approached this matchup.
No good from Beasley. And here are the Nets. They're on a 16-6 run. It's deflected. And the basket by Walton. Walton's got his second bucket of the night. Knicks trail by 3. Ceballos passes to McMillan. Tries a 3. Hits the 3-point bomb. It's the Nets now. Price with the ball. 9 points in the game so far. The putback. Beasley with the rebound. The Knicks have gotten 5 of 8 shots to fall for them in the third quarter. A nice 62% from the field. Baylor against Beasley. And he was fouled on the way up. 2 free throws now for him. The Nets have gone 7 of 9 from the free throw line tonight. And New York making a change here. Jackson's checked in. He hits the second from the line.
They're ahead, but if they don't get a stop here, that free throw could prove critical.
There's a good screen. McMillan passes to Mikan. And now, here's the 2K leaderboard with the teams that last season scored the most second-chance points in the NBA. In third, the Knicks.
This was a team that was really savvy when it came to getting position under the boards and then getting those offensive putbacks.
The first free throw is good. Good on both.
And it's been a really good day for him at the line. Some other bigs have well-documented problems on their free throws. He's not one of them.
Baylor against Ceballos. And that one's good by Baylor.
Wow, unconscious has he been this quarter. They're riding that hot hand.
Ceballos against Baylor. Ceballos passes to Mikan. 6 on the shot clock. Here's Jackson. New York, no good that time either. Brooklyn's gone 2 of 3 when they ventured outside the arc in the third quarter. Williams dishes to Price. Walton a screen on Jackson. Price kicks to Reed. Now here's Walton. Guarded closely. Got a piece of it. McMillan against Williams. Baylor with the steal. From 15 feet away, again the Nets for 2.
You know, he was a non-factor in that first half, but now he's making up for lost time.
The dish to Walker. Over Reed. Mikan. He hangs in there and cashes in on the second chance points. Mikan's got 4 this quarter.
Hard work and soft hands. Guys, that's what made that play possible.
No simple offensive rebound there. Going for the tip in. So it's Brooklyn now. It's a 1-point game. Here's Baylor. Softly drops in the floater. Baylor's got 17 now, just in the second half.
Boy, he has exploded. You couldn't ask for a better quarter from a guy.
They set the screen. Mikan passes to McMillan. Can't connect from short range. Nets leading by 3. The pass to Unseld. Here's the monster. Somehow ignores the tight D and gets the layup. The Knicks have gone at a pretty good shooting pace. They're 6 of 13 from the field here in the third. Pass to Mikan. Shot left block, and the shot goes in. Mikan's got his 3rd basket of the night. And for Brooklyn, they're shooting 48% from the field. Not bad at all. McMillan against Price. He feeds it to Baylor. Shot clock at 6. And a foul called on the shot. Got him on the way up that time, so he'll shoot 2 right here. He's got free throw attempts number 4 and 5 here. First free throw is good.
And after attempting no free throws in the first half, now he's putting the defense back on its heels.
The Beast, he's checked in for New York. Carmelo Anthony comes in for Ceballos. New York moving the ball around. Anthony against Baylor. Anthony, the pass to Mikan. It's rebounded by Unseld. Unseld's got his 4th rebound with that last one here tonight. No good from Price. Knicks trail by 5. Outside Jackson. Felix, the pass to McMillan. In the corner, Felix with it. They set the pick. Oh, that's blocked. And here's the fast break. Price leading the way. And the basket by Arenas. The Knicks have gone 7 for 16 in the second half from the field, shooting a bit under 50%. Anthony, the pass to Mikan. Now the feed to Felix. Jackson kicks to Anthony. Floats one up. Brooklyn with the rebound. The Monsters got 3 rebounds so far in the game.
And not a night he's going to want to remember, just not really able to score the basketball.
Feeds it to Arenas. Shot clock at 5. Shoots. And it's wide right. It's off the rim.
Just a little hesitation on that release, right? His timing looked a bit off. You know, it's kind of cool looking back at the career Carmelo Anthony has enjoyed. He helps his college team to their first ever title. He's a 10-time All-Star in the NBA. And the list just keeps on going for Melo. It's awesome.
Timeout called the Nets. And Doris, everyone's going to want Melo to deliver and win a title, but he's done so much and won at so many different levels, he shouldn't have anything else left to prove.
No, I couldn't agree more, Kev. He's a proven scorer at the NBA level. He's got multiple golds in international play. And Melo just one of 3 guys to score 10,000 points with 2 different teams. Elvin Hayes and Kareem are the only 2 others.
Looking at who's out there now for the Nets. Reed comes in for the Monster. And it's Maravich in for ABC. And the dunk by Reed.
Oh, and the lead gets bigger on a ridiculous offensive sequence.
That dunk alone would have been spectacular. Never mind it coming at the end of an alley-oop. Here's James. That one falls coming off Anthony's feet. Anthony's got his 3rd assist on the night. LeBron against Maravich. Reed a screen. Outside Maravich. And so he earns a trip to the line. Officials saw the contact and he'll shoot 2. That's on LeBron James. The Nets have shot 10 of 13 from the free throw line. And the first one at the line is good.
And one difference this half is that when they get to the line, they're converting.
No good on the second free throw.
Boy, what a tough night. Imagine what their lead would be if he were having a better night from the field. Well, that's the shot they want. He always has the green light when he's that open. Boy, one miss isn't going to change that.
Here's Unseld with the putback. It's good on the putback. Reed's got 16.
And not quite as aggressive from outside as they were in the first half. Sticking to the high percentage shots, playing smart with the lead.
Nets leading by 8. Price outside. He dishes it to Reed. Kicks it to Baylor. There's the basket and make it a double-digit lead. Baylor's got 25 points in the game. And here at the end of the 3rd quarter, it's a double-digit ball game. Brooklyn ahead, leading by 10. And time for the short break, and stay right where you are. The 4th quarter is coming up next. Just 1 quarter left in regulation. Welcome back, everyone. Thanks for tuning in. Nets shooting it pretty well, close to 50%. We've got Bowie. Jackson is out there with LeBron James. Then there's McHale. And it's Anthony in at the 3 spot. That's the 5 for New York right now. Price outside. Just 5 to shoot. On defense, the Knicks trailing by 10. And that one drops. Maravich has got the 4th quarter started here with a bucket for Brooklyn.
And with their hot shooting here in the second half, their field goal percentage over 50% now for the game.
Here's James, the putback.
And those second chance points really become almost like bonus points when you can get them.
Nets leading by 10. There's a good screen. Baylor kicks to Reed. Nice ball movement by Brooklyn. The putback, he hangs in there and cashes in on the second chance points.
Pretty much all of their buckets coming from inside the paint now.
LeBron against Maravich. And Doris, we've seen the offensive game of LeBron James evolve over the years, adding a post game, improving his three-pointer.
Well, I think, Kevin, like all the greats, the work habits and willingness to add dimensions to his game have always been there. We understand passing and playmaking have been the constants of his career, but now he understands he's got to vary the way his points and his productivity come.
McMillan, he checked in for the Knicks. Walton's checked in for the Nets.
And just so frustrating for a team when you collectively go cold at the line. And that's happened to them here in the second half.
Walton, a screen on LeBron. Reed, and fouled on the shot, so the bucket counts and a chance for one more here.
They're finding lanes to the hoop now with consistency. 5 buckets in a row from the paint.
And that one misses. Knicks trailed by 14. Down low. Here's James. That one falls coming off Anthony's feet. 23 points for LeBron.
Boy, the score would look a lot different if his teammates could have had the kind of night he's had.
Screen by Walton. Off the screen. No good from Maravich.
Yeah, blown opportunity after the two-man game creates a terrific look.
Well, he simply misfired. You've got to capitalize when the screen opens up wide open shots like that.
Defensive rebounding, just such a crucial part of the game.
I'll tell you, if you don't box out well, expect to get burned. You can't afford to give them second chance opportunities.
No one near James as he lets it go. No good with the triple.
And still looking for his first triple of the second half. He had 3 at halftime.
Boy, the defense collapsing and throwing him off balance on his way to the cup.
They grabbed their own miss. Here's McHale. He gets it to fall. That makes it just a single-digit lead. McHale's got 6 here in this quarter. Walton, a screen on McMillan. Here's Price. And it comes off the front of the rim. Knicks trail by 8. James outside. Maravich with the steal. The shot, no good. Good work defensively by Anthony. For New York, they've gone 4 of 8 in this fourth quarter, shooting at even 50% from the field. Lets the 3 fly. Hits it from three-point range.
They needed a run desperately, and boy, did they come up big.
They regrouped, they worked out some of their frustrations, and now we're seeing them have some fun.
Jumper off the screen, and Elgin Baylor the bucket on the assist by Price. Baylor's got 27 points.
I tell you what, his accuracy has been the story of this game.
No doubt. I mean, he's doing his best to guide his team to victory. Superb job shooting the ball in this final period.
And count it, and a chance for one more at the free throw line. So Anthony will go to the free throw line. That one on Baylor.
You know, Carmelo Anthony, problematic for the defense. He spends so much time at the line, keeps you on a string.
Dishes to Walton. Outside Baylor. Down to 5 on the shot clock. So it looks like the Nets will retain possession here. Here's Maravich. And the Knicks with possession. They're on a 14-6 run. Here's Anthony, and he was camped in the lane there, and he gets the 3-second call. Brooklyn leading by 4. And it's Big Dog with the foul. That's his first foul.
You know what? Tried to step in and cut him off, but just didn't get there quick enough.
Price, right side.
No doubt it's been a rough game for him. I don't think he's going to lose any sleep over it as long as they hang on to the lead the rest of the way.
Baylor with the steal. McMillan against Price. Pass to Maravich. Down low. And he could not get that one to go. A lot of contact, and he'll go to the line for two. It goes on Kevin McHale. That free throw good from Reed.
And, you know, he may finally be rounding into form after what's been a tough game for him at the line prior to this trip.
And both free throws good for Reed. Knicks on offense. They're on a 12-4 run right now. McMillan kicks to Anthony. Over Baylor. Got that one, and the Nets' lead has been cut down to just 4 points with a bucket from Anthony.
You know what? The switch has flipped, and he's in that proverbial zone right now, knocking down 3 of 4 here in the fourth.
Here's Walton. Here's Reed. And another shot. Tough break there, shot after shot. They couldn't get anything to fall. LeBron passes to Bowie. And he's fouled pretty hard on that shot, but he's got the chance to pick up the points at the line. It's going to be on Willis Reed. First one falls for him. And so he's able to get 1 of 2. Brooklyn leading by 3. Baylor dishes to Maravich. Walton a screen on James. Price against McMillan. Passes it to Walton. That's good, and it's Price with the assist. Price has got his 9th assist in the game now.
Check out that assist. You can tell a player who's seeing the whole floor very well.
McHale outside. Clock at 6. Over Maravich. The rebound by the Nets. Baylor's got his 6th rebound on the night. To the inside. Here's Walton. Rejected by McHale. They get it back. And here we go. Fast break. James has got it. The wide open look here for Anthony. Buries the corner 3. Anthony's got a couple of 3-pointers now in the fourth for New York. Price kicks to Baylor. High post shot. Reed, the second chance points on the tip in. Reed's got 24.
Oh, smooth. Guys, very good job getting himself in close enough that he could just tip it back in.
Well said. Those kind of plays in the offensive glass can tell the story sometimes, can't they?
The strength of LeBron is something that is never going to go away, and it will always allow him to finish plays like that.
And Brooklyn has possession. They've led by as many as 14 points. Maravich kicks to Baylor. Cans it from downtown. Baylor's got 30. Knicks trail by 4. McMillan passes to Carmelo, and Maravich pulls it down.
They're not going to get away with many mistakes like that on the defensive end. You got to get out on him right there.
And you can see why the D is willing to just back off and really take their chances with this jump shot.
And there's the pass to Bowie. Here's McMillan. LeBron outside. 6 to shoot. 18 feet out. And right through it goes. Brooklyn's gone 1 of 2 from 3-point range here in the fourth. Price dishes to Maravich. Trying to break that ice-cold streak. That's good from Price. The assist by Maravich. Maravich has got 4 assists now tonight. Pass to Bowie. He kicks it to James. Fires the 3. Price grabs the board. Nets leading by 4. To the paint. Here's Maravich. Oh, we're going to see an ejection here, guys. Oh, boy, that's his second flagrant one foul of the game. And that's going to do it.
I can't believe he wouldn't exercise more control. I mean, knowing he already had 1 flagrant foul, you can't be that reckless when you're on thin ice like he was.
Greg, after his first flagrant, you knew the officials were going to have their eyes on him the rest of the way, and now he'll be making the lonely walk, the walk of shame, back to the locker room. Mitchell, he's checked in for James. Screen by Walton. Here's Baylor. And the Nets miss again. Knicks trail by 6. Pass to McMillan. That one falls coming off Anthony's feet. 6 points for Big Dog.
You know, you love your star players making others better, and Melo with the vision there.
Here's Reed. That shot off, and New York will come the other way. Passes it to Bowie. Inside, here's McHale, and there's the 3-second violation.
I think that's a case of nerves right there, guys. That was a pretty bad decision.
Nets leading by 3. Outside, Maravich. The dish to Reed. Outside, Maravich. Baylor kicks to Maravich. From deep. Knicks with the rebound.
Listen, that's a look he can hit, but right now he can't throw it in the ocean.
Mitchell. No good. That would have tied it. Brooklyn's gotten just 1 of 4 3-pointers to go down for them here in the 4th. Price kicks to Maravich. 1:46 left to play here in the 4th. And count it. He'll head to the line with a chance to make it 3.
And not much breathing room there. The step-back move gave him just enough to get it off. And that tacks another big point onto the league. Great N1 play, showing us now a little bit of that killer instinct.
Anthony drives in over Baylor. Almost, but it rolls out.
Challenging the shot has almost the same effect as blocking it.
No doubt, especially when the shooter knows that a defender is draped all over him. That kind of activity alters shots.
He hits the first one, and that brings them within 5.
At the line for 2.
And both free throws good for Anthony.
That's exactly who they want at the line, and he comes through again.
Price, the pass to Reed. He feeds it to Baylor. Over Anthony. Baylor, that's good. Baylor's got 32 points in the game.
Boy, not nearly tough enough inside on the defensive end. They made that all too easy for him.
The pass to McMillan. There's the feed to Anthony. Shot clock at 5. Yes! And now they trail by just 4.
There's not a doubt in the building who they were going to look for the score, and that's Carmelo Anthony delivering again.
Out of bounds, New York takes possession.
Well, that's an example of two teammates on a different page. They're both looking at each other like, hey, what was going on there?
Time call here. The Knicks decide to talk it over. They're down by 4. There's 38 seconds left in the game. A chance now to recognize our Jordan Player of the Game, Elgin Baylor.
And what an amazing ball game we've seen from him. It's been a one-man show worth the price of admission all by itself. There wasn't anything he couldn't do on that court tonight.
And let's catch up with our sideline reporter, David Aldridge.
Well, I was able to listen in on what Coach Fizdale was going over with his team. And even though they're down, he was confident. He said, look, guys, I've got all the confidence in the world in you. We've been down this road before. You know what we need to do. Kevin, let's see if they can overcome this deficit.
Thank you, David. Shoots from 14, and Bowie pulls it down. New York calls timeout. They're trailing by 1. 16 seconds left in the 4th quarter. Guys, your thoughts?
You know what? Enough time that they can run whatever play they're most comfortable with.
You'd think they want to do everything they can to get it to their hot hand.
Feeds it to Mitchell. Here's McMillan. There's the pick. Outside Anthony to take the lead. The 3 won't fall, and he hits the shot. But hang on, guys. Hold everything. The officials may review it here. And don't start the celebration just yet. They're going to have a second look at the replay monitor and see if it got in. This one's over if the original ruling of a basket stands, but we'll see.
And honestly, guys, in real time, I couldn't really see whether he got it off in time. But with the benefit of replay, it seems pretty clear that the clock expired just before the release.
And no, the basket is waved off. The game is over.
And how heartbreaking do you think that is? You've just nailed a fantastic buzzer beater, and then the rug gets pulled out from under you when the call gets reversed.
And so it's Brooklyn who scrapes by with the win. This win, such a tremendous emotional boost for them.
Really an accomplishment and crazy finish to take a road game like this and simply deflate an entire building.
And that about wraps it up. For Greg Anthony, Doris Burke, and David Aldridge, this is Kevin Harlan along with our terrific 2K Sports crew, thanking you for tuning in. We'll see you later.